Hey, are you a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional? If so, we want you to apply to be a featured guest on our show. My name is Adam Torres, and I host the Mission Matters series of podcasts. I've recorded over 3,000 episodes, and we are just getting started. How do you know if you'd be a good guest to be on the show? Well, only one way to find out, and that's to apply, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We want guests that have a story to tell, guests with a brand, a product, or a service that can benefit my audience of listeners. If this sounds like you, go to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. I'd love to talk to you and get to know more about your story. Again, head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters Fitness, your source for all things fitness. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Lindai Loutun on the line, and she's the owner and founder over at Lindai Bodywork. Lindai, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Excited to be here.
All right, so I'm excited about today's topic. So how holistic modalities and a healthy lifestyle can benefit you in the long term. I mean, who doesn't want to have a healthier, happier life and lifestyle? So I think it's a great topic, and you're the perfect guest to comment on it. So maybe just to get us kicked off, what is your definition of a healthy and holistic lifestyle?
Well, to me, a healthy and holistic lifestyle is really a conscious lifestyle that applies to all areas of our life. You know, I think it goes beyond eating salad and going to the gym once or twice a week. To me, it's really a preventative lifestyle that pays off in the long run and keeps us healthy over time. You know, it's our physical, emotional, and mental as well as spiritual well-being. I think they all take equal importance, and we shouldn't neglect one over the other. So it's really about conscious making decisions. Like, what are we consciously putting in our body? You know, healthy, nourishing foods. Yes. What about our mind? What are we consuming mentally? What are we reading? What are we listening to? Who are we listening to? Or what are we watching? And how are we also nurturing our emotional being? What makes us feel good? Whose company do we enjoy? And how does it make us feel? So it's really, you know, who helps us who's encouraging us to grow? And what does it do in our body on an emotional level? So it's really what feeds our soul? When do we feel at peace? And how do we ground and center ourselves? So it's really about recharging emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and also physically. So it's balancing all these areas with different, different modalities, different practices, state of mind.
So tell us a little bit more about Lindai's Bodywork and really how you're helping your clients achieve some of the things that you mentioned.
So what I do for my clients is I guide them on their journey, depending on what they initially come in for. That's usually what I use as a starting point. So I meet them at that exact point of their personal journey, and we go from there. Let's say, for example, they might come in for body work, but during the session we discover that the root cause of their issues lies beyond just physical tension, or a Reiki session, and Reiki is energy healing, a form of energy healing. It might show emotional distress, so we look at what causes that. You know, which area of their life is challenging and out of balance. So it's not just looking at many clients come in and compartmentalize and think, oh, I just have a sore shoulder, or is it just from working out? of course it could be. But if it's something chronic and they've been dealing with their whole life, we have to look a little bit beyond that part and see what else is not going right in your life. What else is out of balance? It's never just one part, you know. We can't just say, oh, it's only physical. There's always another reason behind, and often it's really mental and emotional stress that manifests in the body and comes out at some point as expression of our body to pay attention to another area in our life. So it's like how to achieve that balance. That, you know, I basically have my services really help them first to reset and balance their energy, keep them also physically loose, mentally focused. And then during the coaching session, we would really look at, you know, make a plan, develop and look at all the areas of their life and see where is the big imbalance, where is the challenge, and how can the client independently achieve a homeostasis in their life, you know, but with baby steps. So my services can help, but really it's important that they take charge of their life and are willing to change it and really say, okay, let me do this. And I basically just help them, guide them through and give them starting points, because it can be a pretty overwhelming process if they have to rework every area of their life. So we make a plan and find out, okay, where can we start? And then we go from there.
So I don't want to oversimplify this, because of course everybody's in a different point in their journey and in life, and everybody's going to have a different need and different things going on. But if you could, what is one thing you recommend our listeners maybe to start on their journey to a healthier lifestyle?
I would say to really become more aware and conscious in every little thing they do. So what I mean by that is being mindful, to pay attention to what you feed your mind, what do you put in your body, who you spend time with, what information do you soak up, what do you pay attention to, how your actions throughout your day, how do they make you feel? You know, does it affect your well-being? If I were to put it in one phrase or one question that you can ask yourself with everything you do and how you walk through life is this serving my highest good and purpose? So
I guess going back to this question, like, is it serving your highest purpose? I guess that's kind of at the root of it all, isn't it?
It is
I said this is kind of like at the root of it all, like going on that journey to a healthier lifestyle is really just reflecting back on this.
Yes, that's what it basically boils down to. Because in every action, if we're not sure, should I, let's say, binge on the latest Netflix series, or should I read a book about how can I improve my business?
Yeah.
You know, of course, we might be tempted at the end of a long work day, and we know, tomorrow, well, I still need to make progress on a book I'm writing, or preparing something for the clients the next day. And it's like, but it's so tempting to just switch on the TV and see, what is happening in the next episode? But we can just ask ourselves, okay, is this serving my highest good, my highest purpose? Am I making really progress with this? Who am I helping with this? What is the benefit of it? So I think we get a pretty quick answer there.
Absolutely, I get it. So Lindai, if somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more about Lindai's body work, I mean, what's the best way for them to connect? I mean, what areas are you located in, or do you work? Let's give us a little bit of the nuts and bolts there, because I definitely want my listeners to be able to follow up with you and to continue the conversation.
Yeah, so for those who prefer social media, they can reach me on Instagram, for example, bodyworkny. or it's actually Lindai's Bodywork. You can look it up, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. For website, it's bodyworkny.com, where you will also find the other information, different services we provide, and how to get in touch with me.
Perfect. Well, Lindai, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great work that you're doing over at Lindai's Bodywork. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Have many more great guests just like Lindai coming up for you and don't want you to miss a thing. And Lindai, thanks again for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much for having me, Adam.